Hello guys, this is Wunderbar Trading and we're carrying on with our weekly Bitcoin and Ethereum price analysis. If you haven't seen our previous video, you should definitely go and watch it right now, because what's happening on the markets is exactly what we predicted.
So, if you want to automate your trading strategies in cryptocurrency market, join our free platform Wunderbar Trading. Our trading terminal will help you to create a complete strategy with predetermined entry and exit points. Or you can create a trading bot which will use your TradingView alerts as signals for trading execution, or just copy trade the best traders in the platform. Join Wunderbar Trading for smart crypto trading and investment on autopilot.
So without any further delay, let's go straight into the content of this week. As usual, in front of you can see 4 different charts and they all related to Bitcoin. The one on the top left is the Btc futures, the one on the top right is the Btc Dominance, the one on the bottom left is the Bitstamp exchange showing the Btc USDT price, and the one at the bottom right is Btc USDT pair from Binance exchange. The time frame is a weekly time frame from which we usually start, so let's just look at our price action. Let's start with the futures market. Over here, we cannot see any major gaps which occurred. There is a slight one we can put on a weekly time frame. However, there is no major changes, major gaps that occurred. So we're still in that huge horizontal channel where the bottom is 8,800 on the futures market and the top is 10,000. So the price is bouncing between the top and the bottom. The 50 MA is still acting as a support. Let's look at the spot markets. Over here is a very similar picture. The price is currently 8,950. We're still bouncing in exactly the same channel between 8,700 and 9,700 on the spot market based on Bitstamp price. The 50 MA acting as a support. So over here we can see that the volumes are still decreasing. And the most important factor is what's going to happen when we will come to the bottom of that horizontal channel. So for this we'll go to the lower time frames. Let's switch the predictions from the previous weeks, and I'll start from the futures market and we'll go to the daily time frame. So over here what we can see is the price is rechecking, retesting this huge downward channel that we're facing once again. It hasn't broke it yet. We have a nice support of 50 MA, we have nice supports of 200 MA, we have a golden cross at the daily time frame where the 50 MA is crossing up the 200 moving average. However, as mentioned in the previous video, I doubt that this will be a positive sign, because the price is staying in this redistribution, this consolidation for quite a while right now. So if we measure this, it would be 46 days that the price is actually staying in this horizontal channel. We see that something is happening over here, and based on our previous analysis, our view is that is redistribution rather than accumulation. So after the redistribution of the assets, we should see the downward movement in the BTC price, at least towards the area of 7,300. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Over here we went below the 50 MA, we checked the 200, and then we broke even the 200 one. So that's a bearish sign over here. We still have some room to go towards the bottom of the channel, and we strongly believe that this should be fulfilled during this week, maybe even a couple of days or even hours, because the price movement in the past hours is quite intense. At the same time, if we go to the 1-hour time frame, it's a very similar picture over here. We can see that the price is breaking down below its previous low. We can see that the downward channel is forming. The only warning sign for the bears right now is that we might see some potential divergence on an hourly time frame. However, what we noticed is for divergence to truly work on the crypto markets, we have to see a triple divergence. Most of the assets behave in such a pattern that we need to see the triple divergence first, and only then the price will start at least some retracement. So in that case, what we expect is to see something like this. So, well, we'll see another third movement of the price towards the bottom of that horizontal channel to see the triple divergence, and then we might stay here for a while to see whether the bulls will act and stop the falling of the price. Okay, let me switch to the BTC Dominance right now. As we predicted, the BTC Dominance was staying in this golden pocket based on Fibonacci retracement, and it's finally started at least a bit of the upward movement as we suggested, using the same idea that this is the daily time frame. We can see the golden crosses coming. We can see that the dominance stopped over here in this golden pocket and was in the horizontal channel as well. So we should expect some upward movement from the BTC Dominance. So what this means on the falling market is that the altcoins is going to go down much faster than the BTC does. And this is exactly what's happening if you just look at the current market scenario. So the BTC is down almost 4%, Ethereum is 5%, BSV is 6.5%, Cardano is 8%. So you can see that the altcoins are depreciating much faster in comparison to the main cryptocurrency. Okay, let me switch to the Bitstamp exchange. So right now we can see that today is the day when we broke the 50 MA, the price depreciation quite fast. We can see that the volume is already higher than the volume we experienced during the weekends. However, it's still lower than the Friday ones. So what we expect, if this is a nice breakout below the 50 MA, we should see that the volume should be at least higher than the moving average over here. Overall, the picture is that we're still seeing the downward moving volume. We're looking at the price which is going towards the bottom of this horizontal channel. Once again, the price on the Bitstamp exchange where we should see some support is 8,600. At this price, we might see a manipulation that the price or the wick of the certain candle will go towards the 200 MA and then turn and go back into the horizontal channel, something similar to what we saw on the upper side of that channel. So this type of a manipulation will signal to us that the price will still be holding in the horizontal channel, and we should expect the movement towards the upper side of that channel. If we won't see a manipulation, if we will see a true breakout, the nice volume, the candlestick will close below the channel, so somewhere over here. What we should expect is the support from the 200 MA, but then a further downward movement towards 7,700. Let's look at Binance Exchange, and here we'll concentrate primarily on the low time frames, such as 4 hours. So we'll start from 4 hours first. This is exactly what we expected in our previous review, that the price will break through the 200 MA, then the 200 will act as a resistance, and this is exactly what we experienced during the weekends, and then the continuation in terms of the price depreciation, so the further fall in the price. Once again, the area to which we expect the price to fall is roughly similar, 8,600. Around this area we might see manipulation, we might see a support. So when the price will come towards this area, you should go to the hourly time frame to understand what's actually going on, what's actually happening right over here. We can actually see it even right now that the price is start rebouncing live right now as we're recording this video. We can see the nice volume is appearing. At the same time, we can see a wick towards the bottom. So we see that at a certain point the bulls are starting buying the Bitcoin between the area of 9,000 and 8,900. So we can see that there is some support at this particular moment for the price. However, if it's going to be a true reversal and the price will go towards the upper side once again of this horizontal channel, it is still a big question, because we need to see some patterns forming right here at this particular moment. So the overall conclusion is, based on the larger time frames, we should still expect the price to at least touch the bottom of that horizontal channel that we labeled. At the same time, if we will see a manipulation, then we can see that the support is strong and we will go towards the upper side of that horizontal channel. if we're gonna see a breakout and then retest of that horizontal channel, but testing the bottom of it as a resistance, we should expect a further move down. So there are three scenarios. Let's keep a close look at them. The highest probability from our perspective is that we might see some manipulation right now over here, and then we should monitor very closely of what's actually gonna happen to the price. Okay, let me now switch to the Ethereum price. So what we're seeing over here on a weekly time frame, we can see a nice turning structure right here during the previous 2 weeks, which was formed. We can see the continuation, well, the beginning of this week is a continuation of this pattern, and we tick right at the level where we were expecting the Ethereum price to fall, which was 222. The price now currently is even slightly below it, but we can see that some support is starting to build up. The scenario about volume is very similar to what we saw on the BTC price charts. We can see that the volume is already high in comparison to the weekends. However, to see that this downtrend is going to continue, we need to see the break of the volume above the moving average. What we can see on the daily time frame is that there is still a potential for the price to go towards the area of nice support around $215, $213. If we go to the lower time frames, like 4 hours, this was exactly the horizontal channel that we labeled. We touched it, slight retracement back. In comparison to the bear's move, the bull's move was very weak, so that's why we expected the price to fall further. We can see a nice breakout out of the structure with a nice volume. We touched our prediction of $222. Now it's time for a little bit of a retracement at least, and then probably a further continuation over here. The reason why it looks more to the downside in comparison to the Bitcoin is because we don't see any divergence on the RSI. The volume is quite nice on the breakout and quite solid. So taking this into consideration, we might see another downward movement after some short retracement after the bears will recharge their move towards the area of 215. This will be the top of the previous horizontal base in which we were. And at the same time, this will be the maximum volume as well if we look at the volume profile. So basically, if we quickly plot the volume profile, let's take it from the previous horizontal channel. What we can see is this is exactly the area where we can find some support. So the overall conclusion on the Ethereum price is that during this week we still expect the further downward movement towards the area of 215. At this area we might see the slowdown of the price, we might see that there is some retracement, we might see even on the lower time frame the small accumulations, and then we might recharge the price and go towards the area of the bottom of that horizontal channel. However, this is still something to look for during the week. So that was it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, smash the like button, and best of luck with your trading.